So there was a psychologist named Carl Rogers, and he observed that a lot of times when people were angry with each other, one person would say, I'm mad and I'm mad and I have all these things and I have all these things. And the other person would say, well, I'm mad and I have these things to say and I am so mad. And he thought to himself, what if the angry people had to sufficiently state the other person's point of view? What would that do to help them negotiate meetings together? So in other words, one mad person would say, I hear you saying blah, 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 blah. Is that right? And the other one would say, you know what? That's right. And your main concern is blah, 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 right? So all these lines get crossed in good ways. All right, well, let's think about college essays for just a second here. Say you're writing along and you're like, I have these points and it's great and I have these points and you're being, super logical. But in the back of mind, you're, like, I will destroy you with my logic. And, really, you're just writing it on your own. You're making your own points. You're making your own arguments. And you're not often thinking about there's actually other people out there. And if they had to read what you were saying, they might think, I don't believe you there and I'm mad there and I don't buy that and I don't buy that. So, what if we invited the ghost of Carl Rogers into our essay writing process? What would that look like? Well, maybe in a Rogerian argument, we would first describe what the problem is that we're trying to solve. Sure, I see it one way, sure, someone else sees it another way, that's fine. But we would early on have to say, what? I want to state the other point of view. I want to let you, my readers, know that I'm listening to you and I understand other things besides just the way I see it. Then, of course, we are still trying to make our point of view. So you come in and you're like, well, here's the other ways where my side could be valid. It's kind of even, things are looking good. And then at the end, you're like, what? I think it would really benefit you if you saw my side. Now, that's very different than this whole, I will destroy you with my logic. Remember that? Instead, we're like, let me negotiate a shared understanding together. So in this kind of essay, instead of people being really mad, you write it and then people are like, hey, that's an interesting point of view. And he's like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm starting to see that. And maybe I don't agree, but at least we're kind of on the same page and at least we're moving towards actual understanding. That is how you make a Rogerian argument.